The first time she pressed play, her breath caught in her throat because what she saw was not theft, not betrayal, not the quiet corruption she had been bracing herself for, but something far more dangerous to a guarded heart that had learned to trust nothing. In the blue glow of the security monitors, the billionaire realized that the cameras she had hidden to protect her empire were about to expose the one thing she had spent her life running from: humanity. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment and ask yourself something simple. Do you believe in kindness, in second chances, in the quiet goodness that survives even in hard places? If you do, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to be told and remembered. Evelyn Cross had built her fortune the way one builds a fortress, stone by stone, wall by wall, never leaving a gap wide enough for pain to slip through again. Her mansion rose on a hill overlooking the city like a silent judge, all glass and steel and immaculate lines, beautiful but cold, admired but never loved. People knew her as ruthless, brilliant, untouchable. They did not know the night she slept with the lights on, or the reason she had ordered a state-of-the-art surveillance system installed in every hallway, every service corridor, every forgotten corner of her home. Trust had once cost her everything, and she had sworn it never would again. The cameras were not there out of paranoia alone. There had been rumors of staff stealing, of confidential information leaking, of a betrayal she could feel but not yet see. Evelyn believed that truth, like profit, was something you extracted through observation and control. So she watched. Not obsessively at first, just enough to reassure herself that her world remained orderly. Faces came and went on the screens, maids moving like ghosts, security guards pacing with practiced boredom, gardeners trimming hedges into perfection. And then there was the janitor. His name, according to the employee file she barely glanced at, was Daniel Reed, a single father, widowed, hired through a third-party service, unremarkable in every way that usually mattered to people like her. He worked nights mostly, cleaning offices, hallways, the hidden spaces no one noticed unless they were dirty. On camera, he looked tired, his shoulders slightly hunched, his movements careful, almost gentle, as if the world might break if he moved too fast. Evelyn barely registered him at first. He was just another figure in uniform, another cost on a spreadsheet. Everything changed one night when insomnia drove her back to the control room long after midnight. The city below was dark, the mansion silent, and the screens flickered with quiet life. She let them run, more out of habit than curiosity, until one feed caught her eye. It showed the West Wing hallway, rarely used, where old portraits hung like forgotten ancestors. Daniel was there, pushing his cart slowly, but then he stopped. Instead of continuing, he knelt down. At first, Evelyn assumed something had spilled. She leaned closer to the screen, irritation rising, ready to note inefficiency. But then she saw what had stopped him. A small, frightened kitten, thin and shaking, had somehow wandered into the mansion through a service entrance and become trapped. Daniel set aside his tools without hesitation. He took off his jacket, folded it carefully, and used it to wrap the animal, his movements tender, reverent, as if this tiny life mattered. He stayed there for a long time, soothing the kitten, checking its paw, cleaning a small cut with water, meant for floors far more valuable than this creature. Evelyn felt something shift, a small crack in the wall she had built. It annoyed her. Kindness, she believed, was inefficient. Still, she kept watching. Over the following nights, she found herself drawn back to the screens when Daniel appeared. She told herself she was monitoring for misconduct, but what she saw instead was a pattern of quiet decency that unsettled her more than any crime could have. She saw him pause to straighten a crooked painting that no guest would notice, wiping dust from the frame with care. She saw him leave a bottle of water by the back door on especially hot nights for the security guard who worked double shifts. She saw him in the early hours of the morning, sitting on the floor of a supply closet during his break, video calling his young daughter, holding the phone so she could see the silly faces he made to make her laugh before school. There was exhaustion in his eyes, but also a steady patience, the kind born from loving someone more than oneself. What Evelyn did not see, until much later, was the full weight Daniel carried into her mansion every night. She did not see the cramped apartment he returned to at dawn, the medical bills stacked on the kitchen counter, the second-hand shoes he wore, because his daughter needed new ones more than he did. She did not see the grief that still visited him when he least expected it, the memory of a wife lost too soon, the promise he had made at her hospital bed to keep going, no matter how hard it became. The cameras showed only fragments, but even fragments were enough to disturb Evelyn's carefully curated worldview. She had grown up believing that people were driven by self-interest, that generosity was a performance, that loyalty had a price. Daniel did not fit that equation. He gave without audience, helped without reward, and worked with a dignity that made her immaculate halls feel suddenly hollow. One night, an alarm notification flashed red across the control screen. Motion detected in the East Wing after hours. Evelyn's pulse quickened, adrenaline familiar and comforting. This was what the cameras were for. She pulled up the feed, ready to catch proof of wrongdoing. What she saw instead stopped her cold. Daniel was there again, but he was not alone. A small figure stood beside him, barely reaching his waist. It took Evelyn a moment to understand what she was seeing. Daniel had brought his daughter to work. Panic flared. Policy violations raced through her mind. Liability, security breaches. Her hand hovered over the intercom button, ready to end this immediately. Then she watched. The child sat on a bench, coloring quietly, her backpack at her feet. Daniel worked around her, never letting her wander, explaining things with animated gestures she could not hear but could feel through the screen. At one point, the girl's head drooped, sleep claiming her. Daniel stopped what he was doing, lifted her carefully, and laid her on his jacket on the bench, tucking it around her like a blanket. He finished his tasks one-handed, slower now but no less thorough, casting frequent glances to make sure she was safe. Evelyn learned later that Daniel's babysitter had canceled at the last minute, that he could not afford to miss a shift, that rent did not wait for emergencies. In that moment, she only knew that something inside her chest ached in a way she did not recognize. She had cameras everywhere, wealth beyond measure, control over an empire, and yet this man with almost nothing possessed something she had lost long ago. From that night on, Evelyn's routine changed. She still watched the cameras, but not with suspicion. She watched with something like reverence, like a student witnessing a lesson she had never been taught. The mansion felt different to her now, less like a fortress and more like a stage where quiet acts of goodness played out unseen. When she finally decided to meet Daniel, she did not summon him to an office or confront him with rules. She arranged for a daytime visit, walked the halls in person, and saw him not through a lens, but as he was, startled, respectful, unaware of the impact he had already made. She saw the way he listened, the way he carried responsibility. Like a weight he would never set down, the way he spoke of his daughter, as if she were the center of the universe. Evelyn made changes after that, ones no camera could capture fully. She restructured staff schedules, created childcare support, established scholarships, quietly paid off medical debts without press releases or tax write-offs. She kept the cameras, but their purpose shifted. They were no longer tools of fear, but reminders of what she might miss if she only ever looked at the world from behind glass. Daniel never knew how close he had come to losing his job that night, how a finger had hovered over a button that could have ended everything. He only knew that life, slowly, became a little less heavy, that someone, somewhere, had seen him. As this story begins to close, take a moment to reflect. If this journey has moved you, if it has reminded you that goodness still exists in the quiet corners of life, please like this video, share it, and subscribe. Your engagement helps stories like this reach hearts that need them. And before the final moments fade, leave a comment below sharing one small act of kindness you have witnessed or experienced. Those stories matter more than we realize. In the end, Evelyn Cross learned that cameras could reveal many things, but the most powerful truths were not about control or suspicion. They were about seeing people fully, about recognizing the invisible strength it takes to be kind when life is unkind in return. The billionaire who hid cameras to protect herself discovered that the greatest wealth she could ever claim was the courage to let her heart be changed.